Hey guys, welcome back to G Chats. So today we're going to talk about a Chinese company today and how its shares fell over 5% in Hong Kong after the US designates it as a military company. So ultimately what happened is that Tencent Holdings, which is essentially a video game holding company. They own Riot Games, which owns games such as League of Legends and Valorant. They also own Supercell, or have a majority stake in Supercell, and that owns Clash of Clans. They also have a minority stake in Epic Games, which are the creators of Fortnite and games like that. So ultimately, what happened was a list of Chinese military companies was released by the U.S. Department of Defense. I believe that happened today. Yes. So the U.S. Department of Defense posted today that Tencent was on that list of Chinese military companies. So the stock market being open in Hong Kong, this saw shares fall as much as 5.6%. So obviously not a good look for Tencent and their future prospects. However, they made a statement after the Department of Defense released that, saying that they are not a military company or supplier. Unlike sanctions or export controls, this listing has no impact on their business. So that's a direct quote from Tencent. So this could have a potentially problematic impact on Tencent's business, since obviously companies that are viewed negatively within the United States, which is the world's biggest economy, So the Hong Kong stock market is kind of very sensitive to news like that, in that, you're going to have less of a market share within the US. Perhaps they will turn to more US-based video game producers and embargo your products, like, for example, Riot Games and Epic Games and Supercell, those sort of companies. However, I sincerely doubt that they will. Those companies were purchased by Tencent, so many of them originated within the United States itself. I know Riot Games was an indie company, and then obviously as League of Legends grew in popularity, they were able to sell the company to a conglomerate like Tencent. However, these companies are so intertwined within U.S. culture. Both Fortnite, Clash of Clans, League of Legends, and Valorant, all these games have such a large player base that I think there would be a large problem if all of a sudden, if people went to their websites or went to their applications, and all of a sudden there was a 404 error that you couldn't access the content anymore. So I sincerely doubt that the US would ban content that is owned by Tencent, not necessarily ran by it directly. However, there is, with the new administration coming in, there's the fear that us being hard on China, in an effort to do that, they perhaps will embargo some of these products. So that's kind of the other argument to this. However, my personal belief is that these companies are way too intertwined. For example, Riot Games owns a League of Legends, and League of Legends partnered with Netflix to create an original show called Arcane, an animated series that was on Netflix's top 10 watched for several weeks. So the season recently came to a close, as well as the entire show. However, the indicator that we've gotten from developers and Netflix show producers is that ultimately Arcane is the start of another cinematic universe that they're going to be creating, and then utilizing League of Legends characters and lore to create a sort of cinematic universe similar to that of perhaps a Marvel cinematic universe, but more of a series rather than standalone movies and things of that nature. So I ultimately believe that this will have little to no long-term impact of Tencent. However, in the short term, it does not look promising for how they will perform in the U.S. stock market tomorrow when that opening bell rings at 9:30 on January 7th of 2025. So different. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, but there probably will be some fluctuation within Tencent's evaluation, and as well as how it trades intraday as well. So that's pretty much it for my analysis on what's happening with this part of the news. Today was more of a specific article, but let me like and comment below what type of content you want to see. If you want to see more stock market, if you want to understand some of my day-to-day experiences working in what I do in my job, but also what I do outside of work as well. You can look for me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts, and kind of see some of my daily vlogs. And yeah, just please let me know what type of content you want me to create, and I will try to include it to the best of my ability. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.